My next show.
One of the reasons I'm so excited to meet you today, throughout my life, my mum told us that she was going to run away with you. This was a thing. When we were misbehaving, when my dad wasn't washing the dishes, she's going to run away with Denzel Washington. So I feel like I'm finally meeting the man who potentially was going to be my stepdad. So it's nice to meet you, Dad. How are you?
Well, it's my pleasure. How you been, sweetheart?
I've been good. I've been waiting for you to come around,
So we got to take a picture for your mom.
If she's going to kill me if I don't.
Absolutely.
Now, watched Fences. Absolutely loved it. A lot of dialogue. Like word heavy from the start. It's a lot of dialogue. How do you even begin to learn your lines?
Well, we did. I couldn't have done this movie having not done the play. See, we did the play, and we had great success with the play. Viola and myself, Russell Hornsby, Stephen, and Michael T. all did the play. So so we got a chance to learn it then. It's too much. He doesn't shut up for about 25 minutes.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Did it take a long time, though, to actually get to that point where you said, okay, I know this role? Or did it need a lot of prompting in between? Because that's probably more dialogue than I've, to my memory, know in a film. It's literally just, you follow the story through the
words are the music. The words are the action. And then the plot unfolds, and we won't give it away, but things start to happen.
A lot of things.
Yeah, a lot of things. But, that's the beauty of it, of August Wilson. He writes these characters that they're real people, not the perfect ones, warts and all. You like Troy, then you don't. Then maybe you understand him, then you hate him again. Then, why does she, I don't want to give it all away, but, you know what he does.
I know what he does.
Yeah.
Now, Tony Award winning, obviously on the stage, won Golden Globes now, and nominated for Oscars.
SAG Award. I won a SAG Award.
Got to add that in.
Viola won a Golden Globe. That's right. You're right.
Get that in as well. Yeah, she's got the Golden Globe.
Got 'em both.
Do you now, when you're taking on a project, think about the award nods? Do you think, well, look, I better get an Oscar for this?
No, you. Like actually, the next script I have, a movie I'm doing this year, is a very good script, and you can't help but think about it a little bit. I mean, to say, oh no, that never comes into mind is just nonsense. It comes into mind, but you can't work like that because, well, what do you do about that? I'm still trying to do my best anyway, whether I get rewarded or awarded for it or not. You're just trying to do your best, but you can't say, oh, I'll do this because
there's a scene in Fences where you're in an intense exchange with Viola, and
when she tells me how she feels,
and she's there's bogey on her face, there's snot on her face.
Bogey.
Oh,
okay.
Is that a new word for you?
For snot, yeah.
Snot, yeah.
Bogey.
There's snot on her face. Boogers.
Okay.
Boogers on her face.
There's no
she's
boogers
crying.
on her face.
There is just like
it's not boogers.
It's like into her lip, and I was like, wow. If they don't get awards for this.
In the snot awards, the bogey goes to.
The bogey goes to, like, that. Surely you think we are deserving of all the accolades that are coming our way.
I could have actually digitally taken it out, and I chose not to because it's raw and it's real. Everything in her life is on the line then. And that's what she delivered, and that's what we recorded, and that's what I kept. Because we actually, some of the guys up above me in the pay grade, well, in the physician grade or whatever, the studio was like, well, maybe we should clean it. We can digitally take it. I said, no. This is what happened. This is what happens. And it's brutally honest.
So that was just natural. That was part of that scene. There was no plan for it to be like that.
No.
Wow.
No.
On the subject of awards, you've won many. Do you practice your face in case somebody else gets the award and they cut to you? Do you think of your pretend clap and the fake smile beforehand?
Obviously, you've thought about it.
I've always wanted to ask you this because surely, as a noble man, you're not going to do the actual face, which is
the camera's right there.
It's right there.
So
do you
just
practice
try to
that
be
in the mirror?
Well, think of the emotions. All of this work, all of this time comes right up to this moment. Now this moment's stretched out, and the camera's right there, and you're just trying to be, I don't know what you're trying to be. You're just there. And I've been there when they said my name. I've been there when they didn't, and I thought they would. I've been there when I didn't think they would, and they did. So you just sit there.
Can you give your
No, because
your
it depends
Oscar
upon
face?
there's no such thing as an Oscar face.
Is
It
there
depends
not?
upon the circumstances.
So all this time I thought that this was something that was practiced in the mirror.
No.
It's
I don't
just
practice anything in the mirror.
I love that.
Only thing I do in the mirror is brush my teeth and my hair.
And surely moisturize because you look about 35 years old. Now
My
you're
mother's 92.
How is
I
that?
can hear it now if I said that. Don't you tell her I said that. She's like, no, I'm not. No, she'll be 93 in April. And we just have those genes.
Good genes.
Yeah. I couldn't get in the clubs when I was young.
I mean, just about get into him now, Denzel. You look.
I can get in now.
I mean, well, yeah, because
Oh, yeah, right.
Malcolm X, John Q. You've been about.
All right, let's see your Oscar face.
Well,
And the winner is...
so hold on, it's not me.
Okay. No, you can't know it. Oh, you mean you have a face for if it's not you?
Yeah, because if
Okay. Okay. And I'm going to say action. It's not you, and now you know it. She's already working. And now you know it. No, you got to still be happy for the other people.
this is the thing, I don't
and
think
the
I could do
winner
it.
is, and the Oscar goes to
some other guy.
not you. That's terrible.
But I
You
couldn't
look-
hide it. I couldn't hide it. That's the thing. I just think it's incredible when the person who doesn't win is like,
So you need a professional tickler.
I need
you
somebody
need a tickler next to
I
you.
need somebody to teach me in that situation.
What gives you the most joy? Show me the most joy face. Not you. There you go. That was
Okay,
it. That was
so
it.
that's what it is.
That's it.
This is why you're an actor.
That's it.
And I'm not. Now you are a bit of a scene stealer, Denzel.
What am I?
Whenever the camera's in a scene and you're in the scene, I just feel like all the focus is on you. Do you ever feel like though you've ever been upstaged or you've been in an environment where you're filming a scene and you're like, wow, they're
remember
killing it.
We know in this movie, Viola. But you remember in a film when you're working, you don't know which take. Just as an actor, I don't know which take they're going to use, who they're going to be on. So it's not like, oh, I'm killing it and I know it'll. If you're thinking that, then you're not doing anything because you're too busy looking at yourself as opposed to being in the moment. This film is filled with people in the moment. Viola is in the moment when, and I am. Troy is in the moment and all the characters. So you can't work like that. You can't go, oh yeah, it was great, wasn't I? Because
But
that's
you
what.
must think that like afterwards.
But that's what the camera will catch.
Yeah.
The camera will see what you're doing. If you're lying, it'll record that.
Because I hear that Tom Hanks said you are the actor that he has learnt the most from. Is there any actor out there that you feel that way towards?
Anybody with I came up in the 70s and it was the guy, anybody named last name Pacino, De Niro, Hoffman No, those were the guys that when I just started acting in the 70s. Theater-wise, I was seeing James Earl Jones, Christopher Plummer from over here. But like I said, in film, those kind of guys, Pacino, De Niro, they were really in that time in the 70s from Mean Streets on up through 80, whatever it was with Raging Bull, all that. That's where I was really a student going to school on those guys.
You turned down Seven, right? Which would have
that
had
was a
you
mistake.
acting with Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey.
Well, he wasn't even. I don't even know if he was in it yet. And I didn't know Kevin. No, nobody knew Kevin Spacey.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you look back on that and think maybe I should have done Seven?
Yes, well, what's mine is mine. What's not's not. I turned it down. Worked out great for Brad Pitt. Turned out all right.
Brad Pitt owes you.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet.
If you had stepped up and
think of
done
it.
that movie, would Brad Pitt even be here? He wouldn't have got married to Gwyneth Paltrow, would he? A lot of people owe you
So
a
he
lot.
can blame me then.
Yes, you are to blame for Brad Pitt and Gwyneth
No,
Paltrow.
I think what did he do before that? He did that one movie with Susan Sarandon, and
But when you got to call it that one movie with...
I don't know if it was literally one. I'm going to hear from Brad Pitt now. Denzel says he's responsible for Brad Pitt's success.
That's the headline.
Yeah, now that was his, and what's mine is mine. I turned down another one that I should have done. Michael Clayton. That George Clooney did.
What makes you turn it down?
Stupidity. No, in the case of Michael Clayton, it was a first-time director. And actually, I'm about to work with his brother. Tony Gilroy wrote it, and he had never directed before. And Sidney Pollack was the producer. So I met with Sidney Pollack, a great director, and I met with Tony. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, why isn't he directing it?
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't believe in it. So I chose not to do it. It worked out well for George Clooney.
Again, George Clooney owes you, some may say.
So basically, I'm responsible for George Clooney and Brad Pitt's career, and that's it.
Own it.
I own it.
Denzel.
I do now.
One thing I did want to ask, and I'm going to make it my final question, because it's one of the things I admire the most about you. Your ability to have been married for 34 years in Hollywood. What is the secret?
In any town. Forget Hollywood.
In London. In South London.
In Islington.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How?
In Shepherd's Bush.
You know your London man.
That's it.
You know your London man.
On the old Kent Road is hard.
It's hard anywhere.
Aylesbury, Deptford, doesn't matter.
How do you... Have you been...
Yeah,
have you been
long before
studying
you were
about-
born, love. Long before you were born.
Was that also an English accent?
A bit.
I like it. I like it, Denzel. What is the secret to a 34-year marriage,
Yes,
especially when you're in Hollywood?
dear. Yes, dear. Honey, you're right. You know you're right. How can I help? And I have a good woman. That's the bottom line. That's the truth. I have a good woman who stuck by me through thick and thin, who raised our children when I was in London or Africa somewhere, you know. It takes a strong woman in this business or in any business. That's the fact. And how many years you say now? 34 coming up?
I just told you how many years you've been married.
Yeah,
34. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, you know, it does get better with time.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it does.
Like wine.
Like wine.
Just end it there.
That's it.
Denzel, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. Fences out now. And on the subject of strong women like Pauletta, I think just a quick nod to your leading lady in this movie, Viola Davis,
Viola.
who does an
incredible
job.
It just one of the great performances. A really great. I mean, like I said, the first film I directed, I cast her. When we decided to do the play, I immediately cast her in the play, and to the audience, you'll see she just delivers one of the most powerful performances in the history of theater and cinema.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be watching out for your face when the camera cuts to you on the Oscars.
I'll be thinking of you.
Please do. Just throw up a little sign.
So
sign,
if I don't win, I'm going to turn to the camera and go, and you'll know that's for you. If I do win, I'm going to turn to the camera and go.
Denzel Washington,
All right,
ladies and gentlemen.
cheers.